Okay, so today is our first call of 2016. We've had a break for a little bit since we had our regular team calls. I think the last one was maybe in October or November. Mindy, if you want to go to the bottom left-hand corner, there is a mute button. It's like a microphone. Press that. And then if you have something to say, you can unmute it, just so we don't have the background noise. Okay? So on Monday night, there was something called the Surge, and I'm sure a lot of this information will be in the video at Super Saturday this weekend. It's just information about things coming up, but I wanted to briefly go over the key points from that. It was a 2-hour video, so I kind of skipped ahead to the important things. The first thing that was discussed is next year's Success Club trip. So 2017 will be in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So that's exciting. It's at the Hard Rock Hotel. And it is actually, there are going to be 2 different dates to go. So there is one wave of group, that's the Teal group, and that's April 23rd to the 27th. And then the second group is April 27th to May 1st. The first group is pretty much during the week, and then the second group is more of a weekend time. It's all inclusive, and there's ways to earn it to be free. So like what I did this year is basically I hit Success Club 5 or 10 every year, and it's earned me a free trip. So I'm going on the cruise in less than 60, well, maybe it is 60 days or something, but it's totally paid for. So that's something you can earn. So this month, January, anything that you earn Success Club point wise is doubled. So normally one Success Club point is $5. This month, one Success Club point is $10. So if you reach Success Club 10, that's $200. Okay, now this is kind of confusing, but this is what they do. They break the year out into quarters. So there's 4 quarters. And at each quarter, you have to pay $300 unless you've earned your points. So if I got Success Club 15 this month, between this month, next month, and the following month, so in 3 months, reach Success Club 15, that's Success Club 5 for 3 months. That equals, well, okay, sorry, let me say that again. Success Club 15 this month, because points are doubled, then you would automatically, you wouldn't even have to pay that first quarter payment because it's taken care of. They add it up over the month. So like whatever you earn this month and next month and next month, they kind of add it up to create like a deduction from your total. So whatever is left over is what you pay. To me, even if I didn't hit Success Club for a whole year, I'd still go because $1,200, that's the total price for the whole thing, divided by 2 because you get a free person with you, is pretty good. So my sister's going with me next year, so we're paying $1,200 between the 2 of us. And that's if I didn't hit Success Club at all. Obviously, there's going to be money deducted from that. But there is, to save your spot, there is a $300 deposit. So if you really look at things, I only spent $300 for the cruise because I earned the rest. But that's just to save your spot so they know, you're not going to flake out on them. So that is a non-refundable deposit. The rest of it, you can earn. You also, if you end up like there's something, a crisis right before the trip and you can't go, or you didn't reach the payment you thought and you can't go, there is a deadline for opting out of it and getting some of your money back. So there's always that involved as well. So registration for us is January 19th at 9 a.m. Good for us in the schools. I am trying not to have an IEP meeting that morning, so I can register that morning. It's literally going to be, like, I'm going to have it already filled out and ready to press apply because it's going to go like that. Now, if you don't get in and you're on a wait list, that's fine. You're not paying anything to get on a wait list. It's kind of the same thing as Summit. You just put your name on, and if a spot comes free because people get pregnant and things like that, then you will get a spot. So that is all about success, or about the 2017 Success Club trip. Does anyone have questions?
Totally random. Matt just asked, where is it leaving from? You know, did they say?
Let me look, because it's on, they have the website.
That's all right. I can look. I didn't know if you had it.
Actually, you know what? I think you leave from wherever. Because whatever works for you. So what it works, the cruise this year is a little different. The cruise goes out of a port, so we all have to go down to Florida.
That's right. Punta Cana is not a cruise.
It's an all-inclusive. So you can literally leave from Baltimore, from Philly,
wherever there's a flight from.
Because Laura, I think she did Philly, and I know people, like I was telling Jess this, I know people that went a day late, went a day early. Like since it's not a cruise and you don't have to be there at a certain time or else they'll leave without you, you can kind of do whatever with it. I wouldn't leave a day late because if I'm paying for it, I'm going to be there the whole time.
But do you pay for your flight?
You do. Yeah. Now my family flies so much that I have points built up, but you're on your own for flights. But what's nice about Punta Cana is it's all inclusive. Like this year for our the cruise, I have to pay for alcohol and all that stuff. Punta Cana, you don't have to, and because it's all inclusive, which is nice. To me, I think that's going to be that's more my style than a cruise, but I think the cruise will be fun as well. So
what happens when you're there?
What do you mean? On the trip?
Yes.
It's totally just a relaxation trip. They do have like dinners, like there's a final party at the end. They have workouts because all the everyone from Beachbody is there. So all the top coaches are in the same resort, same pool, same beach as you.
That's not really a good thought, but
what?
Go ahead.
What?
That's not really a good thought, but go ahead. To be at the same pool.
Well, and like Shakti will be there. Autumn will be there. Like all of the trainers are there. Carl Deichler, all of the top business, guys for us will be there. Everyone's there. So it's kind of cool that we're all there together. It's fun. I think Laura said it's like so much fun just to kind of hang out with the people that you see on Facebook. Like I know she was with Brittany and Brittany said she was like laying on the beach, and one time this girl came up to her. She was like, "Oh my gosh, Brittany, I follow you on Instagram. I love your post." And like, she's like, "What? Like, I'm not famous." So like people see you and they don't know you until you're, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's cool. So I'm excited for that. Same thing with Summit. Like you're there. The cool thing about Summit and these things is everyone there is for the same reasons as you. So it's like a free-for-all. Like kind of like when we go to Super Saturdays, we can talk about Beachbody all we want. Like when I am out in public, I have to like kind of shut my mouth or like with my boyfriend or with my family because they're not one of us. Like they don't get what we're talking about. They don't get the stresses. They don't get the praises that we go through. But when we're all together, it's really nice. So you are coming to Super Saturday this weekend? Good. So you'll experience that there. It's fun. Okay, another thing, January 11th is the new cafe latte flavor. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. I might try a sample pack with it, but I was listening to them talk about it. It's not coffee added to it. They didn't want to take away from Shakeology itself. So, did you take that out?
I know.
Okay. They didn't just add like coffee to it, like to chocolate or vanilla. They actually made it from the coffee bean root, and like he was talking all about it. It's really good if you want to watch on the Surge about it. So that's coming out January 11th. And the last thing that they announced, this is a new thing that they're doing because Carl last year, he made a big deal that he was going to hit 365 days of drinking Shakeology. And he hit it, and they gave him like this like 365 special shaker cup and a golden scooper. So he decided that everyone, once coaches, we go 12 months with ordering Shakeology. So like one order a month. So if you're on HG, this will count, or if you just ordered randomly. But once you hit 12 months, you will get the same package. So it comes in like this box, and it's like a special Shaco cup, and it has a gold scoop, which you don't really use. You just display and look, hey, look here. But I just want to let you guys know in case you got this random box at some point, because it's not going to be just January. They're starting them in January, but like whenever you hit that is when you will get it. So once you hit 12 months, then you'll get it. Okay, so that is all for the information about new things, which I'm sure a bunch of that's going to be on the video for Saturday. So the next thing I want to do, just to kind of jump the year off on the right foot, I listened to a podcast. It was a wake-up call the week of Christmas, and it hit me really well. And I don't even know who it was. I don't know if it's a top coach or not, but what she had to say was really good. So I wanted to take notes of the good things to tell you guys. I don't know if any of you listen to the wake-up calls regularly, but if you do, then this might be a little familiar. But so what the topic of it is getting real. Getting real about what we do and sticking with what we do. We all took a leap of faith doing this. I took a leap of faith, and I hope he's not listening, but I took a leap of faith, and he wasn't so happy with what I was doing, and he wasn't happy with the decision I made. I went and met with Laura at Starbucks the next day after I signed up as a coach, in tears, and like, he doesn't want me to do this, and this is the worst decision ever, blah, blah, blah. And we talked for like an hour about this, and I said, you know what, I'm going to prove it to him that this is worth it. I'm going to prove it to myself, and I'm going to prove it to my family, because everyone thought I was crazy. And I took that leap of faith, and it was scary, but I had to do that, and I had to make it work to show them it was worth it. So we all make a leap of faith, and our leap of faith looks different, but we all do it, and that's the exciting part. But that's also what drives you to make you continue, because there's always that one person or a couple people that doubt you or think you're crazy. Your family are like, what are you doing? There's way better fit people out there, and why are you doing this? But you have a choice to either stick with it or give up. Those are your two choices. And it's scary, but it's really up to you. It's your choice. And as blunt as that is, it's getting real. I mean, you have a choice to fall in the cracks and not do this, or you can do it. And we all know the tools to do it. We just have to make sure we do it with doing the 3 vital behaviors. So what this coach said was 3 words that she feels best describe being successful at this and staying with it. Her first one is belief. Write it down, bold it, and remember it. You need to believe in yourself before you can believe in others. So how can you believe in others to succeed if you don't believe in yourself with this and succeeding? You need to devote in your health and fitness and do something about it so you can share it with others and say, I believe in this because this worked for me. It's hard to, quote unquote, sell something when you don't believe in it. People have told me so many times, why don't you sell this? Why don't you sell that? Someone was like, you should sell Mary Kay. And I was like, I hate Mary Kay. I'm only doing this party because you gave it to me for free. But I can't sell something that I don't believe in. So you need to believe in it, and you need to believe in yourself with every single ounce of you. You fake it till you make it. Let's see. All right, this is something interesting to think about. It sounds crazy, but you have to stop having a hard time asking for money. And I know it sounds crazy saying it like that, but think of it. You have to stop having a hard time inviting. And that's the same thing as asking for money. You have to be confident that you're inviting for a good reason. You're inviting because you're going to change their future, their children's future, their family's future. Don't ever feel bad about that. because you don't know how many times there are people that are waiting for you to get into their life, or they're waiting to see when you're having a next challenge group, or they're waiting to see what program you're doing in your results. So you need to stop having a hard time. I know it's so hard sometimes. Sometimes my finger hovers over the clicker to send a message to some people just because of like status with them. And that's silly to think about. But we need to stop that and know if you believe in this, then it shouldn't be hard. So that's number one, belief. Number two is consistency. And I know I'm probably going to poke your eyes out with this because I say it all the time. Don't ever miss a month of Success Club. I mean, just make it a goal and never miss a month. I told myself last year, when I left Summit, I wanted to reach Success Club Legend. And to reach Success Club Legend, you have to hit 12 months. Wait a minute. 24 months, I think. 12 months was for the All-Star, and I got that. 24 months was 2 years, so hitting it for 24 months. And then you get a nice little plaque and get to walk across the stage at Summit. And I made it a goal, and I failed. And I missed it by 1 month last year. But that alone is going to drive me even more to hit it this year. And there's reasons I missed it. And the reason is I wasn't consistent. I wasn't consistent with my working out. I wasn't consistent with my personal development. And I wasn't consistent with inviting and forming. Other months, I was totally consistent, and I hit Success Club every month. So to me, that's like, hello, why don't you continue working out, continue your personal development, and continue forming and inviting? Then you will hit Success Club. And it's so, like, to me, it's like so obvious. Like, okay, here I did it, and I made Success Club. Here I didn't. Here I didn't make Success Club. So being consistent is huge. I'm probably going to make a little like poster of this and hang it up. I love this. Well, first of all, she said you need to show up every day, even the days that you're sick, even the days when you don't want to, days that something bad happens. You need to those are the days you should be there, because you need to talk about your life and talk about that, how stressed you are, how terrible something happened, and you're still working through it. But the quote that she said was, "Be here a year from now." So make sure you are here January, 6th, 2017. Sometimes I go through my mind like, oh, am I really going to do this, next year? Should I do the Success Club trip? I don't know if I'm going to do this. Hello, yeah. Make sure you make a promise for yourself that you're going to be here a year from now. Focus on that and make sure you don't give up on your goals. It takes fight and it sucks sometimes, but in the long run, it is so rewarding and worth it. Let me see. I'm reading while I'm talking. The last thing she said about under the consistency, you can't come and go because that's not building your trust for your challengers or your coaches. Coming and going is kind of just showing that you're not really into this. When they see that you're on point for 3 months, and then you're off for 3 months, and you're here for 2 months, then you're off for 3 months. Being consistent also means that you're there consistently. When I say be here from a year from now, I don't want to see I was doing this for 2 months, then I was taking a break for a couple months, and I was here for 3 months, and then I'm here next year, but you really weren't, because you weren't here all of 2016. So that's another thing to think about when working through this. I mean, it's really hard some days. And I know, Jess, you've been in a little bit longer than Mindy, and I think you could probably agree with that. Some days where you just don't feel like doing anything. But to me, sometimes what helps is thinking about the people that are waiting to hear from you. And thinking about that you have something special to provide with them. The last thing, number 3, and I think this was probably the most important, and this is actually the first time I've heard this from a top coach. Number 3 is quality. Okay? Quality over quantity. You don't need to hit Success Club 20. You just need 5. Okay? Sometimes I hit Success Club 10, but Success Club 5 and I'm like, okay, I'm good. But you don't need to hit Success Club 20 or 10 or 15 or whatever. Just hit 5 because that means you're helping 3 people. It's better to help 3 people and give them the quality time, help them start and finish a program, than helping 20 people, getting Success Club 20, getting 10 people, and just getting them started and then forgetting about them. That's not getting quality challengers. That's not getting quality coaches. And that's not helping you, because if you're not helping them and giving the quality coaching that they deserve, then they're not going to get good results and you're not going to get referrals from them. These people, these challengers are walking billboards for you. When they hit milestones and then they go and tell their families or friends about it, they say, oh yeah, Mindy or Jess, they helped me reach this and I've lost 20 pounds. And they're like, oh, I need to contact her. Okay. But when we don't give that quality for our challengers, then there's no use for it. They're just a number. They're just a point. And people know when they're points. They know when they're not getting the quality coaching that they could get. So that was the first time I heard that, because I know top coaches, Melanie Mitro, she sometimes gets Success Club 40 or 52. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not joking. I saw it from my own eyes, because it says like on the Success Club, like All-Star, and your name's listed, and I saw beside hers one time it was 40, and I'm like, what? And to me, that's not even worth it, because you're not giving them the quality that they deserve. There's no way you can tell me you can talk to 20 people and keep them on, unless if she can, God bless her, because I feel like I am doing more when I'm only working with 3 people a month. Like, it's too much. And you need to build that trust. And I think when you have like a couple challengers a month, you're able to message them, you're able to check in with them more, and they trust you. And they don't feel like a number. Okay. The last thing she said was, think about why we became a coach. And we didn't become a coach for milestones. Milestones are great. Being diamond, being emerald, being ruby, stars. Those are great milestones, and they're good things to judge how we're doing within our business. But that's not why we became a coach. We didn't become a coach so we can get a little star beside our name. We became a coach so we can help people better their health and their future. That's something I think a lot of us, there was so much from this that I could take, but that was something that was like, you're right. I don't care what I am, my rank. I care about helping people. And as long as I'm helping people, then I'm doing the job right. So those are some good points to remember. The last thing in closing, look at your business, and can you say that you believe in yourself and this mission? Can you 100% say, yep, I'm on board, I 100% believe in this, and I believe in everything that Beachbody stands for? If not, then you need to do some personal development, some kind of meditation kind of thing to figure out what exactly you need to do before you can believe in yourself, because that is going to be sorry, I was just checking our time. That is going to be the first thing you need to do before we can do anything, because remember that was that first word, belief. We need to believe in ourselves. Does anyone have any questions about that specifically? No? Do you have any questions about anything that's like on your mind? No?
Well, I would say my biggest challenge continues to be reaching my market. Like, and I keep my hurdles, like that. My one friend that I finally got to buy a challenge pack, I spent an entire morning with her explaining all this and going over things, and still we come from such different places. It was just such a wake-up call to me how far I've come in my eating and my health compared to my peers.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the more you get into this, the more you start eating. Even before Beachbody, bloggers I follow, and like my feed's filled with those kinds of things. But I'm like describing to her, like I gave her a free sample of Shakeology, and explained to her what I put in it. She's like, but I don't have any of those things. And I'm like almond milk.
Yeah. You're like, why don't you have this? Well,
yeah,
that's
like
good
they're still drinking. She's just like drinking, right? And so I'm trying to explain to her the health benefits, and you ought to try this. But I literally spent an entire morning going over everything, explaining all this. Gave her the sample, and she went ahead and ordered the challenge pack, but she still didn't have it. I hope we had it today. She wasn't there when I tried to check with her earlier, and I'm running into this, like I have so many friends that aren't even on Facebook. Like they're in a completely different place. And I guess I just I never thought about how different I am than a lot of people my age. So I feel like I'm just trying not to get discouraged and feel like it just might take me longer to get going. Like you said, like I just have to keep walking and talking about, and this is my life, and I do that without being too pushy.
Right.
And hopefully more people will get it and come on board. But when I joined Instagram and I'm on Twitter, but I'm thinking, if my friends aren't even on Facebook, they're not going to be on Instagram and Twitter. And I don't need to reach my friends.
Right.
I reach people my age. So I need to get a little more tech savvy and figure out how to get myself out there to people I don't know.
Right. And it takes time. It definitely does. First thing, I think you have a good point, though, about what you said. You were like, I didn't realize how far I am from my market or my, people my age group. But that was probably you at one point. And that's a good thing to remember. And to remind them, hey, I was where you were at one point, and this is where I am now.
Right.
You can get to where I am now. You just have to start. So that's always a good way to kind of tell them, because they're like, whoa, what is this? I don't do almond milk. I don't do this PB2 and whatever. But kind of show them, like, this is where I was and now I'm here. The market thing, I think what you should do is I still think you should go to that people you may know and literally friend anyone that you have 5 or more.
Oh, and I do that all the time. I do that all the time.
Now, do people respond or like accept it?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Okay.
Sometimes no, but most of the time.
If someone accepts it, message them and say, hey, thanks for the friend or thanks for accepting the friend request. How have you been? So you can start that conversation right away. Now, be careful. Make sure you're looking under your friend requests that you don't have too many. If you have ones that you've sent like a month ago and they haven't like accepted it, delete it, because Facebook will see like, why is this person friending like 100 people? And they're in like, you'll be in like Facebook jail. So they'll stop and you won't be able to friend people for a while. So that's one thing to think about. I think it's still possible, Mindy. I think it's 100% possible that you can be successful with a Facebook friends of under 100 people. I talked to Laura. I was like, well, how many friends did you start with on Facebook? And Laura said 90. Or maybe it was 80, something like that. And now she's a 2-star diamond, 1-star diamond. So like, and she has almost 1,000 or so friends. So you can expand it. It just takes time. And you're right. Another thing, I remember at Summit, I was listening to someone talk, and she is from a small town, like 200, 300 people. And that's all ages. So that's kind of the kids, the adults, that's everyone. So everyone knows everyone. And she also was someone that moved a lot because of military. Her husband was in the military. So she went from one town, from the other town to another town, and she still made it work. And now she retired her husband from the military. She is making a lot of money, and she's very successful. So I know you're not making an excuse at all, but you can either use that and build on it or crush you. And I don't think you're letting it crush you.
No, and I'm not trying to make an excuse. I'm just trying to be creative here and say, you know, like a lot of my friends on Facebook are just do not seem even interested yet.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to think, how do I reach people even outside my circle of friends? Because a lot of my close friends aren't even on Facebook.
Right.
But how do I get to people out there like me who are interested?
Do you have emails of friends?
Yeah.
What about if we got you started and I would talk to Laura about this week, and she has one, doing a website. Maybe making a website instead of doing that Facebook fitness page, doing a website.
Okay, I thought about that because I think you need to do that in order to connect to Pinterest. Like my generation's all about Pinterest. They're not on Instagram or Twitter, but everybody's pulling.
That's true. You could also do Pinterest. And there's I know you watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Did you come across any videos from coaches explaining how to do Pinterest and make it?
I didn't. I listened to an Instagram one.
Okay.
And that's why I joined Instagram. I still don't even really get that, quite honestly. And then all these people, well, I have had people start to follow me. I got these emails. I'm not even doing anything. Like I haven't posted any pictures. I haven't made any comments. And all these people I don't even know. So I'm thinking, I got to tap into these people, but I don't know how yet.
Right.
So I'll get there. But Pinterest, I think, I've only ever pinned things. I've never put something on Pinterest. But usually when you do, you always have to go to a website.
Yeah, well, see, this is what how Pinterest works if you want to do it with your business. You do it a lot with pictures and motivation and recipes. You know when you go to pin something?
Right.
And it comes up, and that at the bottom it has like the wording of whatever the person pinned it with. What you can do is take that out, put in, interested in more information about the 21 Day Fix, if that was like a 21 Day Fix recipe, email me at or find me at. And then when you pin it, some random person sees it and they pin it, someone else, and they don't take that away, and it's going further and further and further away with your information.
So I could change that even though it wasn't my pin.
Yeah, let me screen share and show you. I only have 6 minutes. But
Kayla, that is genius. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I've done it.
I thought I had to, like I thought, let's just say I make some neat recipe and I take a picture and I put it up there. If somebody wants to pin that, you click visit page or whatever it says at the top, visit
Right.
website, and then I would have to have a website for them to go to.
So here, I searched 21 Day Fix recipes. All right, let's just say I want to do this. So right here is my my Pinterest pin, and I can click on it, and then you're right, a website comes up and it would have the recipe. But I want to
where it says visit site.
Right. I want to pin it to one of my boards. So
Okay.
I want to pin it to probably my Beachbody board. What I do first, though, is I go down here and I type something. Follow me at Kayla Zeller Fitness, or email me at, and when I comment, usually, let me see. This one has a lot of comments on it, though. Let's see.
You should also be able to change
The wording, right?
the wording, because when I first started doing Pinterest, I changed the wording for everything, thinking that that's what you had to do, and then I realized you didn't.
That's
have
what
to
I'm
do that.
trying to figure out now, actually. I think Pinterest changed.
Okay, click pin it. I'm moving my cursor on your screen, thinking that it's gonna move.
Right here. Yeah, you can. Okay, so this is where you would do it. So when you're on the place to pin it, you delete it here, and this is where you'd put follow me at Kayla Zeller Fitness or email me at. So I would just take all this out. And I would go.
I feel like I'm stealing somebody else's work here. Like this is not my recipe and this is not my Pinterest post, and now it's going to look like it's
Well,
mine.
You can make it yours.
Those comments that are underneath are not from the website. Most of the time,
this isn't from the website.
Comments about why they pinned it.
Yeah, or someone put brownie batter overnight oats 21 day fix approved. That was probably someone that found this on a website and pinned it. So people, when they search 21 day fix brownie recipes, this would come up because it says in the description, fix approved brownie. So it's not stealing it, but it I know someone that does. You'll have to search on.
I will on the podcast.
Yeah, you'll have to or
on the
search. There's some
YouTube.
people that use Pinterest really well, and they have a lot of success with it. Sometimes I dabbled in it a little bit and made some connections, but now see I don't think they had this before. Now you can message on Pinterest. Could you do that before? I don't know. But you can literally instant message with people now. So that's that.
I will definitely try that because that's my thinking is I have to just figure out. I think I could be a huge help to many people because they're not nearly as far along. I just have to get to them.
Yeah.
And my pool of friends on Facebook is limited. I mean, a lot of my friends, of my 100 friends, are coworkers who I have been talking to, have been working on,
right?
Or family. So I definitely think that might be the way to go.
And I think also when opportunities come, thinking outside the box. Laura came with me to the bridal show on Sunday, and we went through the whole thing. And there were people for Jamberry, there were people for Mary Kay, there were people there for all these different MLM companies, but we weren't there. There was no one for Beachbody. And I was like, you guys should have been here. All brides want to look their best on their wedding day. You should have done something. And we were like, why didn't we? And there were giveaways, and I easily could have given a program. There's just so many so we were like, we're going to do this next year. But
that's a good idea.
Doing opportunities like that, I've gotten asked to do opportunities at schools, fundraisers and things. There's just different things. It's just you have to figure out if the market's worth it, the area that you do it. Mine was asked in the city, and I was like, So.
Kayla, something else that I was thinking of, Mindy, when you were talking about that, I don't remember if it was you or if it was Laura who did I don't know if it was a post or a call or something about Facebook groups and how you can become part of Facebook groups. I remember there was a picture of a dog.
Oh, yeah. I've done that too. Yeah, it's I can see if I have one, but Laura does have one. If you want to Jess post on Revival, say, Laura, can you share that dog post that you did for the Facebook groups?
Okay.
What she did was she made a graphic, and I'm going to get cut off here, but she made a graphic that said something about friend me. Right. It was post your name below, and when someone likes it, friend them or something like that. So people are friending you and not you're friending all these people, so you don't get in Facebook jail. Basically, that's what it was.
But also, you can look for search groups that have to do with clean eating or
dog. You're
things that interests that would be with your demographic.
Right.
Join those groups, and then you can start talking and establishing relationships within that group.
Right.
To get, to find and contact more people that way.
Yep.
Mom groups or,
I'm in speech groups
that you think that you relate to.
Right.
And then you can, start talking, look at just the Beachbody groups that you're a part of and how,